Hi there, Emily Eldridge here with Emily International. I want to share with you some thoughts today about why we tend to undervalue ourselves. Why do we undervalue who we are and what we do? And I'm including myself in that, you'll notice, because I realized recently that no matter how much attention I've received or no matter how much appreciation and compliments and feedback I've received from people all over the world about what I do and what a difference I've made in their lives, I realized recently that I have severely undervalued myself and that it's severely impacted my business and how I express myself in the world and the strides that I make. And so I wanted to share some of my reflections with you. Now, when it comes to undervaluing ourselves and not fully appreciating ourselves and feeling ourselves worthy, that there is the component of what society teaches us and also what our parents teach us, what we're taught to believe about ourselves as being less than or not enough, those kinds of things. I'm not going to get into that today. That's a whole other component. Today, I want to get down to something much simpler, much more basic, really that just has to do with the nature of our being. And to illustrate this point, I'm going to use the example of my husband. And I'm doing this with his permission. My husband, Paco Torres, he's a wonderful guy. He's a really amazing guy. He was born without legs. So he has legs until about halfway down to his thighs. And then he was also born with only a total of 6 fingers on both hands. And when he goes through his life, when he goes to work, he wears prosthetic legs and he wears long pants, so people don't really notice that he's not that he doesn't have legs. But when he's going to the park, or he's going to the store, or he's just going through his regular life, he rides a skateboard. Sometimes he walks on his hands. When he's in the house, he usually takes off his legs and he walks on his hands. And the rest of the world says things to him like, wow, you're really inspiring, man. Wow, you're really amazing. You know what, you should do motivational speaking, or you should write a book about your life. Tell stories about your life. Wow, wow, wow. And this really baffles him because he's like, well, this is just who I am. This is just what I do. I don't really understand why people are so fascinated by me. I'm just going through my daily life. Now, I did finally sit down with him and I explained to him, sweetheart, let me just tell you, when I go through my daily life and I go to the grocery store or I go to the park or I just go to a store, nobody walks up to me and says, wow, you're really inspiring me, lady. Wow, you're really amazing. Wow, you should be a motivational speaker. Like, nobody's ever said that to me just based on me doing what I do and living my life and being myself. But with him, they do. And so as I share that story, I want you to reflect on the fact that here he is, just being himself, just doing what he does, which comes so naturally and easily for him, and yet he, up to now, hasn't fully valued that. He only recently has started to really value himself and the uniqueness that he brings to the world and the gifts that he brings to the world simply through his mere beingness. Think about you, think about your life and the gifts that you bring and the presence that you are that comes so naturally for you. That's just, you're like, it's just what I do. Yet maybe you receive compliments for it, or maybe people are really blown away by it, or maybe people come to you for this thing or for this special quality or for this special gift that you give or the service that you offer. And you think, well, it's not a big deal. What's the big deal? You know, I'm a wood carver or I'm a coach or whatever. This is just so easy for me. It's so easy for me to do what I do. Well, yes, it's easy for you. Yet it's inspiring and amazing for other people because it doesn't come as naturally for them, because it isn't as easy for them. I can tell you right now, I have huge respect for accountants and investment advisors and health insurance people. I tell you, I have the hugest respect for them because frankly, that kind of thinking, everything I just mentioned, I mean, I can do a spreadsheet and I can balance a checkbook. I can do stuff like that, but that stuff doesn't come naturally for me. If it comes naturally for you, I admire you. You're awesome. Consider what it is that you admire in other people, and yet for them, it comes so easily for them. And then look at yourself and ask yourself this question. If you were to truly, truly value yourself, how would your life change? How would your relationships change? How would your business change? How would your daily habits change? How would your work change? How would your life change if you were to truly value yourself? And by the way, my husband's walking in right now. I don't think you can see him. But anyway, he just walked in. I promise I'll share him on a future video. But for now, I really want you to reflect on that. If you were to truly value yourself, how would your life change? And I want you to write the comments down below because I really want to hear what you have to say, some of your reflections on this. Because wow, imagine if we all truly valued and appreciated and respected ourselves, how all of our lives would change and how our entire world would change. Thank you so much. Again, this is Emily with Emily International. I will talk to you again soon.